Okay, good evening, Council and Mayor. I'd like to take this opportunity to again give a brief summary of the ongoing situation regarding the fire department. As you know, this dispute began almost 2 years ago when the Verne Firefighters Association publicly supported Councilman Tim Hepburn in his campaign for mayor against Mayor Kendrick, and subsequently expressed publicly to you, our elected officials, our loss of confidence in Fire Chief P. Jankowski. Among the concerns about Chief Jankowski that we expressed to you back in May of 2017 was that he was not honest with us. You did nothing. When he began using the disciplinary and promotional processes to retaliate against us, threatening our careers and the public safety of our citizens, you did nothing. When he began refusing to let us assist in wildfire responses, in violation of one of the most sacred duties of the fire service, we came to you, and again, you did nothing. In August of 2017, we expressed our grievances in a claim for damages. Again, you did nothing. The fire chief continued to retaliate against us, using every means at his disposal for another year. We've now learned through the discovery process a lot of what he did. And we've learned that he and our city manager did not tell us or the public the truth. In May of 2018, the association became aware of the fact that Battalion Chief Michael Thompson had been secretly recording audio and video of the department firefighters and keeping secret notes on us, in violation of the Firefighters' Bill of Rights. The city refused to produce these secret files to us, but finally, in August of 2018, we obtained a court order compelling production, and we were able to see the full extent of Chief Thompson's conduct. More than 2,000 secret photos, 150 secret videos, and 230 pages of secret notes. The court ordered him to appear for a deposition about these materials, and he admitted that he kept all those secret materials so he could use them in disciplinary proceedings against us. As you may know, in California, we have a law called the Firefighters' Bill of Rights. It expressly provides that all adverse materials created or maintained by a supervisor must be shown to the firefighter and acknowledged by the firefighter. Thompson, under oath, admitted he never showed any of the secret files to any of us. And we know that he didn't just intend to use them as part of Chief's retaliatory discipline campaign, he actually did so. On September 17th, 2018, we came back to you and served another claim for damages. Once again, you did nothing. You may recall the city manager, Robert Russi, placed Chief Thompson on administrative leave after the entire department expressed its shock and outrage at Chief Thompson's conduct. Since August 13th, 2018, the city has been paying Thompson not to work. And because of Chief Jankowski's retaliatory grudge against us by refusing to promote any LVFA members for the last 4 months, our department has run with 2 battalion chiefs doing the work of 3, running a department shorthanded because you refuse, out of spite, to promote anyone. This is not professional, it is not mature, it is not efficient, and it is definitely not in the interest of public safety. Then, in October, City Manager Russi went on television and told the media that he had placed Thompson on leave as soon as the city learned of Thompson's actions. That statement was not true. We now know just how untrue it was. Your city manager lied. Back in June, Thompson admitted in his deposition that he had given all the secret files to the city's lawyers in May. And we now have learned, through Chief Jankowski himself, that in fact the city knew about Thompson's conduct at least as early as March of 2018, when Chief Jankowski had a meeting with Chief Thompson about his secret recordings and note-taking. Here's what Chief Jankowski said under oath, and I remind you, this is under oath. Have you ever asked Mr. Thompson the purpose for which he made these videos? The witness, Mr. Jankowski, I didn't know about them. That statement was not true. Chief Jankowski appears in one of Thompson's videos taken on May 3rd. And he is laughing with Thompson while they create the video together. In front of you here, we have what is called metadata pulled from the phone that was used to videotape. That is Chief Jankowski's hand, and as you can see, it is dated March 3rd, 2018. May 3rd, I apologize. But it's actually much worse than that. According to Chief Jankowski himself, in an email dated October 17th, 2018, he actually knew about Thompson's conduct in March. This is Chief Jankowski's actual email. I assume you were not aware of Chief Thompson's taping and keeping records. Why do they think you knew what he was doing? Not until a meeting with Mr. Grossberg in March, he was immediately advised to stop. I find that extremely interesting considering that this was done in October, and he said in August that he didn't know about the taping. This concerns me greatly. Not only did Chief Thompson, or rather Chief Jankowski, know about Thompson's conduct in March, but as you can see in the next visual aid, Chief Thompson testified that Chief Jankowski was aware of what he was doing and never told him to stop. At any time when you had a conversation with Chief Jankowski about videotaping around the firehouse, did he ever tell you, you better not do that? He did not. Thompson also testified that if Jankowski had told him to stop, he would have. Which leads us to our final visual aid here. All right, at any time during or after that conversation, did Chief Jankowski ever say to you, stop taking these photographs? Not that I recall. And you would have recalled it, your superior officer had given you an order to cease that conduct, correct? I would. You would have obeyed that order, correct? I would. Thompson did not stop his production of videos and notes until June. But apparently, per Mr. Jankowski, he told him to stop in March. Were you, the city council, aware of Thompson's conduct? Did the city manager tell you about it back in March? Did you authorize him to tell the media that he took action as soon as he found out about Thompson, when in fact he waited for at least 5 months? That's another way. Okay. The city's website, even today, says this.
Just speak up. Sorry about that.
That's okay. At the time the city became aware of the activity, the primary target of that claim was placed on leave, and the city initiated an investigation from an independent firm. But you knew in March and didn't take any action, either putting him on leave or starting an investigation. Until August. We, the entire sworn complement of personnel in the department, are extremely concerned by these facts. We want to know, when did you, the council, know about Thompson's actions? Did you know back in March, or did the city manager or your outside law firm conceal Thompson's actions from you? We want answers. We want to emphasize that our dispute with the department and the city is about our fire chief abusing his power, condoning and aiding in the blatantly illegal actions of one of his battalion chiefs, and retaliating against us using the disciplinary and promotional processes. Throughout, the city manager has condoned, excused, and supported Chief Jankowski's conduct. Yet you, the council, continue to make public statements accusing us, your firefighters, of having ulterior motives. We don't. As we have told you time and time again, this is about Chief Jankowski's retaliation against us after our support for Tim Hepburn and our vote of no confidence. We just want professional, respectful, competent, and law-abiding management. You may or may not be aware that Chief Jankowski has not been at work for approximately a month. And the city manager has informed us that he has assigned the police chief to serve as interim fire chief until further notice. The personnel of the fire department strongly object to that decision. We believe that installing Chief Paz is additional retaliation by the city against us and is an attempt to intimidate us, given the well-known history of allegations of retaliation and abuse of subordinates against Chief Paz. We are not intimidated. Moreover, it makes no operational sense. Chief Paz is not a firefighter. He should not have any role in leading the fire department. Moreover, this is a small department, and on major incidents, everyone, including the fire chief, may be called on to respond. Chief Paz is not a firefighter. This department should have a fire chief and 3 full-time battalion chiefs. At present, we have no fire chief and only 1 full-time battalion chief. This is because the city's continued retaliatory refusal to promote anyone internally. That refusal is childish